Oh, cool news. There's a swellow right here. And I'm going to try and capture it. It's a shiny swellow. It's green. You'll notice that its name was orange and it has a star right there. Let's go ahead and quick ball it. Because I got that false swipe TM, but I actually don't have any Pokemon that can use it. My Nidos, I think, maybe can. But, oh, we got it. Cool. And we take a look here. There's our swellow. Look at that. Lacks nature. Yeah. And I'm going to put this into box 27. That's where we're going to keep our shinies that we catch for now. Okay, I wanted to pop you guys in here just really quick because I found a Mega Pidgeot. And I'm going to take it on and see how Nidoking does against a Mega Pidgeot level 120. Of course, Ice Beam wrecks. It just wrecks. So, yeah, this is going to be an easy fight. There's not really any Megas that really pose a threat at this point. So we got Pidgeotite and Marshadium Z, plus a rare candy. So, not a bad haul. Okay, I just want to bring you guys back real quick because I've been breeding Skorupi for a little bit. I did go ahead and do the intro to the next episode because I was about to start on that. Because I didn't think it would be as quick as it was. I think I did like 6 breeding cycles. Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 7, something like that. But anyways, I've got some Skorupi that I'm happy with. Like I said, I'm not going for full IVs. We will later. And one thing I want to mention, actually, is now is a really good time to do that. I didn't use this, but you can. For example, if I had given a Skorupi the Power Lens, let's say, for example. Of course, there's 6 different ones of these. Each one affects a different stat. But let's say I had given a Skorupi to hold the Power Lens. It would make sure that whenever it passed on its IVs to the babies, that's the level 25. How did that end up in that box? I don't know. I might have put that there on accident. But anyways, if I had given it the Power Lens to hold, like one of the parents, it would pass on the special attack stat 100% of the time. And the same is true for all the different power items. I didn't do that because none of the IVs were like, you know, I had to have that specific one on the parent. I'm more interested, whenever I get into IVs, I do Destiny Knot. The power items are cool, but Destiny Knot tends to be... Destiny Knot and Everstone is what I run. That's what I always run with my breeding sets. And we will get into the Destiny Knot, probably not until the personal team will be whenever we breed 531 IVs on each of our Pokemon. But I wanted to bring you guys in, and let's take a look here. And if we take a look, this is the level 25 Skorupi, which had those stats. We're not keeping that one. I don't know how that one ended up in there. But anyways, we have one here, and it's a runt, so it's going to be pretty small. But it has 21, 29, 23, 26, 30, and 29, which is not bad, right? However, I hatched this one, and this is a dead set. We're going with this one. 27, 31, 15, 7, 30, 29. Now, I could give it, you know, a power item to hold to boost that attack and keep it whenever it breeds. So I had that 31 and then try for maybe something with a little bit better defense. But considering defense is the only thing below high 20s in the stats that I want to keep. Special attack, I don't want. I have no interest in special attack on my Skorupi. So, I'm really happy with that. Especially the attack. The attack and the speed being high, that's what I'm going to be specializing Skorupi in anyways. But having that 31 in attack is most important, and it's pretty beautiful stats all across the board, considering we're just blind breeding the Skorupi. Because if we take a look at the parent stats, I think the parent stats were pretty decent. This was box 30. If we take a look here, it was 19, 29, 17, 7, 30, 29, and 22, 29, 10, 7, 30, 29. So, yeah. Which those actually aren't terrible stats. I will say that since we changed out the parents, and both the parents had pretty good IVs overall. I mean, they're not, oh my gosh, best ever, because you would want, 531s, which actually is not as hard as it sounds. Destiny Knot and a little bit of breeding makes that a whole lot easier. Because like I would basically get to keep that 31 stat, and really I could do that. I could do that pretty easily by giving it a power item to hold and keeping that attack stat, and then just trying for better on the others. Try to get a 31, maybe get it a little bit better. But honestly, without the Destiny Knot, it's just not reliable. But it did come out better than the Nido family. Of course, the Nido family, like I said, when we started the Nido family, I wasn't going to go 4 perfect IVs. And I'm trying to basically take this step by step so we can progressively see how your IVs can get better, so that you guys following along. Because I think if we went for full IVs right out the gate, that's why I wanted to start with the gym team before my personal team, because personal team I want to be full 31s. But it's a little bit easier, I think, to talk through it in stages like that. So introducing new parents into there that maybe have the better stats, you're going to end up with consistently better Skorupi. My Skorupi were consistently better than the Nido family because the parents had pretty decent stats, right? I mean, some of their stats, not that great. This one actually turned out kind of lucky. I was actually pretty stoked about that. The only thing I'm sad about is the defense being a little bit lower than ideal, but the Skorupi, I think, turned out pretty good. Pretty good. So I am going to start EV training this Skorupi, and it does have the adamant nature, and actually it ended up with the ability that I wanted, so I don't have to pop that ability capsule on this one. But of course it's 50-50 that it's going to get that sniper ability, so not a big deal. So I am going to start EV training that Skorupi in the attack EVs. I'm not going to do all that on camera because there's nothing more to EV training than what I showed you. I mean, I would like to get Pokerus on this Skorupi, but luckily while I was farming I did end up getting the majority of the power items. I've just got to find them in these messy chests. There's another power lens, but I know actually right there's the power bracer, which is the one I need. Then power band, and yeah, I don't know. But I know I have at least 5 of the 6, maybe 6 of the 6. I can't recall for sure. Power lens, power bracer, power band, power anklets in the backpack. Okay, so we've got 5 of the 6. The only one I'm missing at the moment is the one for HP, which is the power weight. Oh no, wait, did I don't think I had a power belt. I think I have 4 of the 6. Which power belt is defense, which I won't be doing defense IVs really on the Skorupi, so it's not a big deal if I don't have that yet. Maybe while I'm leveling it, it will drop possibly, since we've got our Fan P ready to go. We'll see, and hopefully I'll get some tier 3 drops. So I am going to start that process where I EV train the Skorupi and start leveling it to 100 and work on maybe getting some of the TMs. Some of that I may do on camera, like if I find new TMs or something, but it's really the same process. There's nothing really more to add to the EV training than what I've already showed you. So I'm not going to go over that again because it's basically just me flying around looking for specific Pokemon. So, okay, I just want to bring you guys in because I was flying over to One Winged Angel's base because I was going to take her a lucky egg to, to have, so that she can level her Cosmog, and I came across a shiny Houndour, which I will definitely try to capture this. Any shinies we find, we're going to try to capture. So I've made up a bunch of quick balls, so we've always got those on us. Yes, all right, got another shiny. That's awesome. That's like 2 already, and all just recently that I've started running into them. I don't know why. I don't know if it has something to do with having level 100s or something. I'm not for sure, but I was about to start EV training the Skorupi. I'll start EV training whenever I get back. I was looking, and we're probably just going to farm on like Machokes. They spawn a lot in the mountains, and Hitmonchan, Hitmonlees do. Okay, I want to bring you guys in because I've got a Mega Mawile right here, which I have to say is pretty awesome because I'm actually a big Mawile fan. So Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. So we're going to take it on and just Earth Power it to death. Boom! One shot. And we got a Mawile, a Meadow Plate, and an Iron Ingot. Awesome. I will take it. Okay. Oh, that's Mienfoo, which Mienfoo might have attack. Also, Spinarak has attack, so I'm probably going to grind a lot of Spinarak. And I changed this to my flying mount. Since we're not using Pidgeot for Feather Dance anymore, it should make a perfect flying mount, I think. Okay, I just want to bring you guys in real quick, because, not that one, that's a level 5, but Moment of Truth right here, not really Moment of Truth, but big moment right here. I figured I'd bring you guys in real quick for this. So I got my Skorupi EV train, didn't take very long, because I EV trained it full points in attack and then half and half in speed and special defense, because it has kind of low special defense by default, and I kind of wanted to make up for that because it's, in a lot of cases, it's going to be fighting probably a lot of special attackers with the way that it's built, and so I figured, well, I might boost that special defense up just a little bit because it doesn't have a whole lot of HP by default, but I had the power items for all of that. So so it just hit level 40. I'm going to go ahead and allow it to evolve immediately, and it actually already has one of the attacks that it's going to keep. So here we go. Skorupi evolved into a Drapion. I would like to make this thing like ginormous though. Like get the better growth on it, because this one actually has like really bad growth. Small. Oh wow. Its attack jumped like 30 points, which is pretty good for level 40, I think. Of course, that's a set amount, pretty much. You know, it's just based on the evolution. But right now, at level 40, it's got 125 attack. Has more attack than it has HP. And it's actually going to stay that way. It's always going to have more attack than HP. So, but if we take a look here, we open this up, you can see that Drapion, his EVs are 252, 128, 128. Then you can see there's 2 in defense, because that was just the 2 leftovers, and that was the first Pokemon that I beat after finishing EV training, was a defense Pokemon. I actually ran into a little bit of an issue with the EVs in Pixelmon seem wonky to me. Because I was very, very careful, and I did my attack, and then I was doing my speed. And I had my speed at 118, right? And had the power anklet on. And of course he has Pokerus. So anyways, I went and I fought a Pidgey, and I had fought Pidgeys prior, and had gotten 10 EVs every time. And I only needed 10 EVs for speed, and then I was going to switch over to special defense. And basically what I did for special, well, I'll tell you in just a second. So anyways, I went in for that last Pidgey, right? There's a Pidgey there. I was like, okay. So the math, okay, Pidgey gives 1 EV. You add 4 to it because of the power item. And then you double it because of the Pokerus. So that's 10, right? Somehow I got 18. Somehow I got 18 EV points from that Pidgey. So then what I had to do was I had to pop a Tomato Berry. Tomato Berry is the one that reduces, you know, I mentioned that you can use the berries to reduce your EVs if you need to by 10. So I popped a Tomato Berry. That's the one that reduces speed by 10 points. And I happen to have 7 of them. So I was like, well, okay, I'll pop one of these. So then, of course, I was short 2 EV points at that point. So then I just went and I pulled the power item off, and I beat a Pidgey with no item, just Pokerus and, you know, and the 1 point. And it gave 2. So I don't know how. Somehow it managed to get 18 from a single Pidgey, and I have no clue as to how it managed that. It was like magic or something. But that's like the first time we went to the Nether. It seemed like I was getting just super fast EVs off of those Ghastlies. I don't think it should have been that fast. So, by the way, the end is a very frustrating place because lots of Boss Abras spawn, and they just teleport away every time because the level difference makes them like just fast enough that they can teleport away. all the time. I've actually got to head back soon because I'm getting low on food. I just want to bring you guys back in. I know this episode just keeps dragging on, but Drapion bred really quick, or Skorupi did, and you know. And I've got to farm up if I don't get it from Fanpy drops, which actually Fanpy has really let me down because I think all it's gotten this whole time was a Qualit Berry. I bought this TM on my way out. This is for Roast. I don't know that I'm going to use it for any of my gym Pokemon. Originally, I actually had a plan to use it for one of my gym Pokemon, but then I decided to not do that. But I went ahead and picked it up because it's a really useful TM to have, in my opinion, if you have Pokemon that are flying. Even ones that aren't flying type, necessarily. Yeah. So, and I'm also using this Swellow for my flying mount. So, cool stuff. I think I might head back, though. I was mainly just wanting to get a Drapion evolved tonight, but I'm kind of getting tired, so I think I'm probably going to call it, and then I'm going to be building tomorrow. So, okay, I just want to pop you guys in because we got our second Life Orb. So, awesome. I'm really excited. And that means we're done with Life Orbs, and both of our Nidos are ready to go. Okay, I just want to bring you guys in real quick because we got a Master Ball from a Boss Alakazam, which is awesome. Of course, Master Ball having a 100% catch rate on any Pokemon, so that's awesome. Also, our Drapion is about to hit 99, so I'll bring you guys back here shortly and we'll pop a rare candy and call it a day for Drapion. Okay, I got back to the overworld. Drapion is 99 at the moment. So we are going to pop a rare candy. I actually came over here. I was checking the TMs to see if they had Shadow Ball, which so far no luck. But let's go ahead and give Drapion its final candy. So we're looking at 277 on HP, 306 on attack, 240 on defense, 118 on special attack, 217 on special defense, and 256 on speed. That special attack is abysmal for a level 100. Luckily, Drapion's not going to be utilizing that stat, but instead this one, it's almost 3 times as much. Highest stat, definitely attack, but it's not shabby in any of them, I don't think. Thanks to, you know, the special defense would have been pretty low, like in the 170 range or something like that, but boosting it a little bit with the EVs makes it somewhat reasonable. I mean, it's still a little bit low, but it's got half decent speed, it's got high attack, it's got a little bit lower than I would like to see, maybe 300 at least on HP would be nice, but it's still not too shabby, especially with the way that I'm planning to use it. So, and naturally it's raining at the moment. But that moves us up to 3 level 100s that are all part of our initial 6 gym team. Okay, now the other 3, which we're about to go over that at long last. I was going to go over it, but then the Skorupi breeding went faster than I expected and everything. We are going to be, the next 3 breeds that we do, we're going to do one that covers egg moves, and then of course we're going to try to work up some decent stats on it. And then we're going to do one that where I cover more, which will actually probably be the next one that we do. One where I cover the I wasn't getting any flying lag, but now I'm getting flying lag. It could be coming into my base too, I don't know. But we're going to do one where we breed with power items, and I kind of show you how you can use that effectively. And then we're going to do one where we bring it all together and make a big monster Pokemon. Even before getting the Destiny Knot, we're going to make a really powerful high IV Pokemon. So, but I will say the remaining 3 Pokemon that we're going to be adding, originally I was going to use Venomoth, and I'll talk about that really quick. Originally I was going to use Venomoth, but Venomoth has a very old Pixelmon texture to where it's very pixelated and very hard to look at. The Venonat shares the same issue. If we pull the Venonat out of here, which my Abra did evolve, I brought him out on accident and switched him and then he evolved, but Venonat has this really horrendous texture, right, that doesn't, if you compare it to some of the, you know, the finer detailed Pokemon with the more modern textures, Venonat suffers horrendously in the texture department. And Venomoth shares that same issue. So I decided not to use Venomoth, mainly just because of that one reason. Originally I was going to have Venomoth in there, and it was going to be kind of a support Pokemon, and we will still probably eventually do a Venomoth and have one, but not as the initial 6, because I want to put big statues when you walk into the gym of the initial 6 Pokemon, and I didn't want that ugly Venomoth sitting there. Because it just, I was playing around, and I built some statues in the test world, and was just looking at the team, and it was just, Venomoth just made it look horrendous. You know, those beautiful 6 Pokemon, but then, or those beautiful 5 Pokemon, and then Venomoth sitting there. So I decided to cut him from the initial gym team because of that reason. Originally he was going to be a Quiver Dance Baton Pass Venomoth. Quiver Dance boosts a Pokemon's special attack, special defense, and speed stats by 1 stage. And, you know, of course you can use it up to 6 times, thus giving it, you know, 3 times extra on those stats. And so what I was going to do is I was going to bring Venomoth out, and it was going to have Bright Powder, and it was going to, basically it would, attacks made against it would have lower accuracy by like 10%. And then it was going to be able to double team and roost and Quiver Dance and Baton Pass. Actually, I normally don't like having a Pokemon with no attacks whatsoever, because then you kind of set yourself up for taunt being really super effective against you. And so I was kind of on the fence about it, but what I would really like to do is bring out Venomoth, double team, double team, double team, and then roost if I need to, and then Quiver Dance, Quiver Dance, Quiver Dance, roost, Quiver Dance, Quiver Dance, as long as needed, or as long as it can, and then Baton Pass to something like Nidoking, Nidoqueen. Of course, it wouldn't really help to pass it to Drapion because he's a physical attacker, so he wouldn't benefit from that special attack. But I could also pass it on to my big super Pokemon, which is Mega Venusaur. And that's kind of what I was thinking, was Quiver Dance a few times, and it would also take the effects of Double Team too, bear that in mind. So it would be like super evasive, special attack plus, special defense plus, speed plus, Venusaur. And to give you an idea, it would have like nearly, it was getting close with the, if I had full IVs on Venusaur for special attack, it would have been close to 1500 special attack on Venusaur if I got 6 Quiver Dances off. Which I don't expect to get 6 Quiver Dances off unless I get really lucky on evasion, but even still, it would have made a monster Mega Venusaur. They would have just wrecked everything. But I decided not to do that because of Venomoth's texture. We will still level a Venomoth later, but not right now. So the team that I have left to put together, and we will be going over that in the Poke Planner in just a second, but so we've got Nidoking, we've got Nidoking Queen, we've got Drapion. Those are our heavy hitters for the team. We have Nidoking and Nidoqueen specializing in coverage and special attack, actually having a mix of attacks. Nidoking having Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, and Stealth Rock, which gives him some setup there with Stealth Rock to give constant damage whenever Pokemon switch, which is really going to punish people that are switching Pokemon a lot and don't have a way to clear the Stealth Rock. And of course switching to deal with the different Pokemon that come up, because I've made sure and added coverage for ground types and psychic types, so I don't have to worry super heavily about my weaknesses as a whole for the team, because of course Drapion covers psychic, and then 2 of the upcoming Pokemon are going to cover ground really, really well. But so Nidoking's got 3 good coverage moves, 2 of which are stab moves, being Sludge Wave and Earth Power. And then if we take a look at Nidoqueen, she's got Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Earth Power, Sludge Wave. I am going to trade out Earth Power for Shadow Ball, just to give her some good counter against Psychic types, just in case Drapion falls through, basically. And then Drapion, I'm still debating about a couple moves on him, because I really like Night Slash. I'm definitely keeping Cross Poison. Both of these have higher crit chance, and we're going to be getting him a Razor Claw, which boosts his crit chance. So if he has the Razor Claw and he uses Night Slash or Cross Poison, it's a 50% chance to crit. And of course, with his ability, he gets higher critical hit damage by a substantial amount. So he would be hitting like a truck, And then I really want to keep Pursuit on him just for Pursuit trapping and Psychics, so that I can quickly deal with them before they have a chance to switch out, making them kind of obsolete against Drapion. But I really also want Ice Fang and Fire Fang, so I'm running out of slots. But yeah, so I'm happy with the progress thus far, and like I said, I've still got to decide what I want to do on the moves, but yeah. And then actually the next Pokemon that we are going to be raising, and I will probably start catching some of those off camera, and that way I can get them breeding, but it is going to take a little while. I want to capture Zubats. That's what we're going to be working up next, is getting a Crobat, and taking him up, which is going to be one of our good ground counters, because of course ground is obsolete against Crobat, so, or at least the attacks are, but yeah, so, and then we've got one other good ground counter Pokemon, so anyways, I think that's it for in-game for this episode. But like I said, I am going to take a minute and go over in the Poke Planner, or my planning setup, what we're going to actually be going with for the initial gym team. Of course, you've already seen half of it with Drapion, Nidoking, and Nidoqueen, but the other half, of course, Crobat. You know that one. You know that one's coming up. But we're going to go over it, and I'll show you kind of what I use to plan out my teams and stuff, and what I've been using on here since like day 2 or 3, or actually, yeah, I think it was the second day when I decided that I was going to go with Poison, or maybe it was the first day, I can't remember. But anyways, so I'll meet you guys over there, and we'll take a look, and yeah.